Yeah? Oh, good. Is my mic on now? Okay. Oh, it wasn't working for a second. I was scared. Okay, okay. Hello, Ian. Hello. I'm tough. Very Nora core. I like it. Oh, I want that on a shirt. I just want a shirt with a picture of Nora from Final Fantasy 13. Horrifying echo monster voice, was I? Eto? Is this the right microphone? Yes? Yes? Okay. Gomenasari. The mic was weird for a second. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But yeah, I want a t-shirt with Nora from Final Fantasy 13 on it that just says, like, I'm tough. There's the first thing you said. Okay, okay, alright. Good, that is the complications out of the way. Hopefully. Actually, give me a minute. I need to move my mic. Okay. That should be good. That should be good. Yeah. Alright. Alright. There, I wasn't self-indulgent this time, right? I kept it to just the main title screen, you know, because gotta be respectful to what happened, like, last stream, right? Right. Very, very respectful, right? Okay. So we are... Last time, we got ready. We're getting ready for the interview. We're driving to the interview, right? We ditched Daxton, you know. Who cares? It's just Daxton. All good. And Chase, Flynn, and Carol are gonna go to a job interview. And I'm sure Carl will do a great job. Right? Right. By the way, Flynn. Flynn's nostrils flare as if he's bracing himself. The big lizard had to back his seat up all the way to give himself enough leg room in my tiny sedan. I need to stop by City Hall first. Well, before we do the thing. Proceeds to barf. Oh my god. It's fine. Why? He responds with a wiry dryness. I need to scan some photos to my thumb drive. I forgot to do it when I was there last. Do people call them thumb drives? I remember people calling them thumb drives like 15 years ago. I don't know if that's I haven't heard that term like said aloud by a person in many a time. I know where everything is. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. I got my key card in my wallet. Flynn scratches his groin idly, looking out the window as we pass the diner. I'm kind of surprised he didn't protest. This is Saturday, right? This is Saturday. So what, in Leo's route, we were at the diner, right? I'm kind of surprised he didn't protest more. Carl stays quiet as we drive through the rest of Echo, and I swerve to avoid all of the potholes. Saturday antics. What do you say, flash drive? Yeah, I've always said flash drive. That's what I've always known them as. You know? Is what it is. As I merged onto the highway, Flynn speaks up. I cook you some shit to celebrate you joining the workforce and such. Fancy-ass organic store ramen with this spiced sausage stuff. And lasagna. Same recipe that my uncle used. That's, premature, right? If there's a food reward waiting for you, your fat ass can do anything. I resist the urge to nod in agreement. Chase! Chase, please, he's your friend. I hope you're right. I heard them interchangeably during high school. Oh, okay. Alright. I only hear flash drive now as well. Like, in like, middle school, I would hear thumb drive sometimes, but it was so rare that, I don't know, it would always, like, take me aback. We fall back into silence, and it stays that way for the remaining 20-minute drive. Carl gets more nervous the closer we get. I can see his knees bouncing out of the corner of my eye as he stares out the window. Flynn reaches back and puts a hand on one of them as we pull into the parking lot of the print shop. The Gilla mutters something to the Ram. I can't make out any of it. You look awesome, and you're gonna do amazing. Are we sure about that? Carl starts taking deep breaths, staring out the window shield. The windshield? Yeah, sorry. Just be yourself. Everyone loves a relaxed employee. I wish you'd let me have a smoke before we left. Yeah, go into an interview smelling like pot. Great idea. Have an edible then. Carl giggles nervously, but otherwise doesn't move. Do you want us to go in with you? Carl shakes his head quickly, unbuckling his seatbelt as he opens the car door. No, man, I'll be fine. Okay, cool. I'll be waiting. He looks to Flynn, who just gives him a little nod. I grin at him, but he just shuts the door and ambles up to the print shop. He pushes on the door, and when they don't move, he pushes harder, shaking the glass. I start to open my door to tell him to pull instead, but he seems to figure it out before I have to and disappears inside. Oh, Carl. Fucking hell. I look over and Flynn has his palms over his face. I sigh, leaning my seat back. I try to take a nap because it feels like I haven't slept in ages for some reason. Though the heat beating down through the windows starts becoming too uncomfortable. I turn the AC back on, then shuffle through the stations, but I only find twang country and mariachi. I look at the time. 10:10 a.m. I was I know that my schedule for my awakeness is bad, but like I woke up today at like 10 p.m. and legitimately was like lost. I was like, what day is it? What time is it? And when I checked my phone and it said 10, I legitimately couldn't tell if it was 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. And I was like, am I supposed to be streaming in an hour or two? Or is this recording wake up time? Like, I legitimately didn't know. It like took me 5 minutes of sitting on my bed before I figured out when it was. If the interview started on time, then he was probably almost done with it by now. I sort of want to go inside, but I know Carl wouldn't want me to. I settle back again and close my eyes, trying to get some relief from the failing AC. Then the door rattled, and I hear a haphazard hoof steps. I want to say you're hopeless, but you manage. Look, I get most stuff done. It's fine. I open my eyes, but no one's there. Flynn doesn't seem to have noticed, his own eyes closed. I do catch some movement disappearing around the side of the store, and I lean around to get a better look. I wait, but Carl, at least I think it was Carl, doesn't come back from around the corner. Looking around, I slowly open my eyes. Carl? Flynn awakes with a start, looking around some. He out yet? Nothing. Carl? I yell it, but he still doesn't come out. Feeling some dread build up in my stomach, I get out of the car and slowly walk around his side of the building. Flynn joins me. The hell's going on? It's an alley, between the print shop and what I think is a laundromat. Nothing is in the alley except for a few dumpsters and clumps of garbage. Man, I haven't, thought about it much. This is, this is very similar to what, the main street in the town I live in looks like. There really aren't buildings taller than this. It's a small place. Nothing is in the alley except for a few dumpsters and clumps of garbage. I step carefully around puddles covered in oil slick, and wonder if maybe he just really wanted a smoke. Nice and dump-fied. Oh my god. Oh, hello, Selkie. Yeah, most of the buildings in the town I live in are only one story. Where the town area is. There's one section in which all the buildings are 2-story. But they're apartment. The second floors are apartments, while the first floors are all stores. It's a little weird. It's a little small town, you know. Carl? Something shifts on the other side of one of the dumpsters, and I hear sniffling. Wordlessly, I walk around the dumpster to the other side. Carl is bent over, his back to me, paws on his knees. His whole body is shaking, and his breaths are ragged. Holy shit, Carl! Before I can do anything, Flynn's at my side. You okay, man? What happened? The stench of vomit hits my nose, and I don't need to look closely to know what the puddle between Carl's hooves are. Carl makes sure to turn his face away from us, not saying a word. Shit. I dash back to the car and open the passenger door, so I get to the glove box. Stab him while he's down. Start the hysteria now. Oh my god. Start the hysteria in Peyton? Because we're in Peyton right now, right? You know, maybe. I don't know. Aren't we outside of the Echo Circle, the Echo Territory, as it were? You know, would it work? Can we do a sacrificial Carl murder over here? Sir, they won't be able to get back in. Oh, that's true. That's true. I kind of like that idea. I pull out a few napkins before hurrying back to the ram. When I return, Flynn is quietly rubbing his back. He takes them from me wordlessly and starts wiping his face. The last time I'd seen Carl like this was just last year, when he'd had a panic attack at school. Was that just last year? He's been in college for how long? 3 years? Is that the timeline? Wait. Or is it only 2? I thought Carl was only there for a year. Okay. I didn't think he'd have that problem now, after all. The therapy and time away. I feel kind of useless just standing there watching them. He's at least not hyperventilating. Chase had been there 3 years already? Okay. I was about to say, like... Well, he was talking to Carl this whole time, like, interacting with him, and still ignoring Leo? For shame. The ram has his horns pressed up against the wall, and taking deep breaths as he wipes his face again. Why do I suck at everything? He says it quietly, between gasps, but I can make it out. Ugh, not everything. Come on, let's go. He starts to pull on the ram, but he yanks it from him violently. Don't touch me! Flynn and I are stunned in silence. I just stare at him, mouth open. He glances at me, and his eyes are red, and for once, it's not because of weed. Carl starts off towards the car on his own, spitting off to the side. Spitting off to the side of it as he does. Carl, what happened? He whirls on me. I fucked up, obviously. Any more fucking questions? A few, yeah. His voice breaks apart at the last sentence, and he turns away from us as his face starts to scrunch up. Screw up. My stomach feels hollow as I watch Carl get into the car. I've never seen him like this. He immediately hunches forward. Forward behind the driver's seat, a head in his paws. I slowly walk up to the driver's side door, feeling like shit myself. Flynn joins me. Nagila tugs at the scales around his chin, teeth grit. His expression is just bizarre, like intermittent, smiling is in between almost nauseous-looking face contortions. Those are words. Well, those are definitely lots of words. Fuck. We sit for a while, waiting to see if Carl is going to say anything. He does. I'm sorry. He blurts it out through his fingers. I look over at him, scared to say anything in case I say the wrong thing. It was a disaster, dudes. He takes in a deep breath, deep shuddering breaths. You could tell I wasn't into it right away. I was awkward as fuck. He leans back and tugs at his shirt. This isn't me. And they knew it. And it got me nervous. I've been nervous ever since I put on these clothes. Since I got this stupid trim. We sit in silence for a long time until Carl finally looks at me and smiles. God damn it! We all knew this was gonna happen, right? I mean, a little bit. Just like at Pueblo with you, Chase. And with your uncle, Flynn. I'm just a fuck-up. Chase and his pretentious inner vocabulary, oh my god. I'll never get over the, the Quaiswatum in Route 65? Where I'm just like, are you serious? Chase. This is like the main difference between Chase and myself. He has like quadruple the amount of vocabulary. The what? Oh my god. No, do you not remember that, Selgi? I don't know if I don't remember that being in the retool of Route 65, the 101 build, but it was definitely in the original. So like the original playthrough Darian and I did. It's definitely there. And I definitely included that clip in the 2021 highlights, which I should re-upload to the newer channel. I never did. Whoops. Is what it is. Nah. This is my fault, man. I told you I was gonna coach you, and I never got around to it. And I'm the tittert who made Dak stay behind. Maybe he could help. I don't know now. Quotes or whatever was he used in the essay thing. Ah, okay. Queso atum. Because I remember clipping that and putting in one of the highlights videos. I'm pretty sure it was the 2021 one. Was good. The Gilla takes a seething breath. You can't be expected to go into this shit blind and spit out exactly what some mid-level manager named Skyle? Is that how that's spelled? Is that how that's pronounced? Wants to hear. World's fucked like that. Just banging walls sometimes. No, dude. I'm the one that screwed up the interview. Carl settled back in his seat. Now with that fucked up out of the way. I sighed, looking up at the hazy horizon in the distance of where I know Echo is. On to the next? None of this fucking matters, Carl. Don't worry. Flynn gives me a look, then closes his eyes. I don't know if Flynn believes what he's saying. So, with that, I turn on the ignition and pull out of the parking lot, leaving the print shop and its alley far, far behind us. I'm sure Carl will be fine, especially in this route. It's quiet inside. Not that I expected any noise or anything, but still. Flynn's desk looks pretty clean, except for a stack of documents labeled March 1st, a county code amendment. Why did that bother? I don't know. A board review. Upon closer inspection, there also appears to be a book propped up against his monitor. What is this? A municipal economic development. A free market solution for public problems. A sticky note is attached to the front, with flowery cursive handwriting that states, "Read this!" With an exclamation mark? Whoa. Bolded, even. I hear Flynn step out beside me, seeming to notice my gawking. He doesn't say anything, though. Instead, he just walks over to the computer chair and takes a seat. Carl ambles in after him. If I didn't know any better, I'd think he was high, judging from how puffy and red his eyes are. Are we about to see globe.png? Oh my god. I think that's later, isn't it? Was that here? I don't remember. You don't actually come inside here too often, do you, Carl? Carl shakes his head. Still really weird that you're a secretary. Because the TJ was it before the TJ conference? For some reason, I keep thinking it's on the second visit here. I don't know. Carl half mumbles. Clerk. Flynn rests his elbow on the desk, rubbing his fingers together. You know, elections are coming up here soon. There's a few positions up for grabs. He looks to Carl, and it takes a few seconds for Carl to look back and get the meaning. That's cool, I guess. Flynn opens his mouth, pauses, then speaks. Maybe even the clerk position. I was heading towards the mailroom, but that catches my attention. I stop. What? Do you think you'll, be voted out? Flynn shrugs. I mean, I might not run. Carl lets out a little huffy noise, sniffling and wiping his nose with the inside of his shirt. So, you're gonna go back to unloading freights? Flynn doesn't respond immediately, as if weighing something in his mind. He pushes the power button on his desktop tower, and the whirl of the internal fan breaks the silence. I may not even be here. I don't know, I think he'll be stuck here forever, but you know, that's just my opinion. Even Carl looks up now. The Gilla seems to grimace slightly, his maw pulled into a sneer as if a winging at him. Fucking Chase, you gonna get your shit scanned or not? I straightened some, and not really having expected him to shift focus and snap at me. Do any of these matter? Do any of these matter? I don't remember. Be nosy? What do you think I am, Selkie? I'm not a nosy person. Not really. Whenever anyone is just like, I don't know. More content versus less? I see. That's all I'm seeing with these decisions. That's true. Well, like, I'll just head to the mail room. You know, cause I'm a good Samaritan, you know. I don't press people in real life. As Flynn said, none of this matters. Well, at least that's what he wants me to think. I step past Carl and make my way to the mailroom. The mailroom looks a little different for some reason. It's not nearly as neat as it was, with some of the parcel folders scattered on the main table, documents dog-eared and tape-tagged. I step forward, and the heels of my foot hit something hard and metal. It rolls out from beneath me, and I have to use my tail to catch my balance. Jesus fuck! I find myself involuntarily clutching my chest, trying to regain my composure as I check what I nearly broke my neck on. A fireplace poker? Well, actually, pokers. There's like 5 of them just sitting here on the floor, ready to stab into people, I guess. Thank God I didn't step on the pointed end. What are these even doing here? I step around the pile when I hear the sound of Flynn's raspy voice from the other room. I can't quite make out what he's saying, though. For now, I decide to just focus on the project. It looks like some of the folders I went through are still on the desk. I thought I put those away. Maybe the mayor was checking to make sure I didn't take anything, or was just curious what I was looking at. Well, it doesn't matter now. It actually cuts down some work of trying to find most of this stuff. I plug in my keychain thumb drive to the printer and begin scanning. So it's a scanner printer. Those kind of are unwieldy. I don't like them. I hate having to like flip through settings on those. I don't know. I'm bad at using printers, guys. I don't know. Those things they never quite work for me. I don't know. I can't help but think about Carl and the print shop while I'm at it. He's basically been on a giant summer vacation for the past 2 years, with no real worries about money or anything. Bird smash. Look, it's hard! I sit there, I plug in my thing, I hit button, and like, I select everything, and then printer is just like, get busy. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I just start like smacking at it. Not hard, but like, not smacking, I guess, but like tapping the button for confirm, you know? And it just considered like, whatever. And I was like, what do you want? What do you want? Yeah, there's new ink in you. There's papers fucking there. What do you fucking want? Like, it's just like, come on. To go from that to having to wake up every morning at 6 a.m., then drive all the way to Peyton and do this for 8 hours. He jumps off the ground. Look, it's fine. I mean, it's easy, I think. Once you get the basic handle of things, it's the kind of job that you can kind of autopilot. But do you want that? I don't know. You can drift away and just daydream most of the day. I had jobs like that growing up. Hell, if I went to Mesa instead of Pueblo, I would have probably ended up behind the till at Leo's dad's place. Would that have been bad? Would that have been bad? You would have been able to work with Leo, spend time with him every day. He'd probably be, if he's like the mechanic there, like one of the mechanics, he'd be in a cute jumpsuit. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Despite everything, I can't help but feel that might have actually been kind of fun. See? See? Leo's dad is really nice, always offering to help with things and never seeming too skeeved regarding gay stuff. But of course, I had to get away from this town, and Payton's not far enough. I'm still not even sure I like journalism. Yo, same. I mean, the classes are interesting at least, and all, but I'm imagining trying to sell myself and my work to all of these outlets, and you're both Leo stands. Look. Okay. So, like, I don't condone any of Leo's actions. I just think he's hot, and I'm pathetic. So, I would definitely be stuck in a relationship with him if I dated someone like that. When I was a teenager, oh yeah, I would be stuck in that relationship forever. But you know, it's fine. I don't know. I guess I don't really have the energy for it. And plus, I never really liked looking at myself on screen. Oh. Okay. Really? I forgot that Cynthia was in one of these photos. Okay. I don't really remember seeing this one before. This must be from a folder I didn't look at. There's no description, text attached to it. I placed the photo on the scanner. After a few minutes, I think I've got most of what I need. I remove my thumb drive and turn the power off for the scanner. As I step out into the hall, I notice the door to the mayor's office is open. It's still pretty quiet in here. I just remembered Sam. Yeah, I remember the picture had Sam. I did not remember Cynthia was there. I think in my mind I placed, like, Cliff there. Like... Poor Cynthia. No, wait, not poor Cynthia. She makes it out pretty good, probably. By having less screen time, I think that character gets out pretty good. You know, I never really knew much about Flynn's aunt. She was kind of in and out of his life growing up, from what I recall, and usually didn't stick around Echo for too long. Her and Flynn's uncle had a weird relationship, and it wasn't like I ever hung out at Flynn's place enough to learn more. He was always just a bit too old to really pal around with, like I did with the rest of the group. I mean, Leo was like a year younger, but he didn't really act like it. Flynn was basically an adult by the time he was 14, by the way he handled himself, all self-reliant and such. Oh, there it is. I see. Yeah, because this is just a picture with a filter on it. And the next one is like an actual illustration of the globe, right? It's so weird. Curious, I step into the office, and I'm taken aback by how much it smells like potpourri. My nose takes me to the source, a small bowl filled with slightly decayed plant life of a wide variety of colors. It gives it gives the office a sort of flower garden scent, which doesn't really match the aesthetic. Black, white, and red everywhere. Like a supervillain who would only buy hobby shop decorations. I step over a small pile of alabaster. Alabaster? Yeah, that's what that word is. Quartz, which sits in a ceramic dish on the floor. Which is strange, of course. There's a weird-looking globe on the edge of her desk, too. Why? Like... Was there a part of this game cut in which you like find a secret passage by using this globe or something? That's what I get from this. It's like, oh, you're gonna like press the levers on this and open up the secrets of the universe, and spooky like wall plug man will like seep out of it, and it'll be like, oh no. I don't know. It's so weird. I step closer and notice several little prongs which hover over what I think is the meridian. Why do I have trouble with that? I don't know. Actually, there is no landmass indication or any labeling on the sphere to speak of. I reach out and touch the smooth plastic surface. Pressing down, I give the globe a gentle spin. I would too. As it rotates, the middle prong begins to bounce like a dowsing rod before sticking to the surface. As the sphere continues to spin, the sticky effect lessens, and it bounces back. Huh. Must be a magnet of some sort. I spin it some more, and the other pangs lean towards specific points on the globe. It's kind of a weird knickknack. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Video game. There's not really anything in here that can help me with my project. With that, I turn and make my way back to the front office. And there it goes, gone, never to be seen again. Suddenly, a familiar lynx rounds the corner. Chase? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? He stops in his tracks, fidgeting with himself. Okay. The feline keeps rolling and unrolling the button of his shirt. Oh, Kumpat. Hello. Wish we spent more time with the globe. Oh my god. I wish we spent less time with the globe. If it's going to, like, mean nothing, then give me less time. You know what I mean? I don't see any sign of Flynn or Carl. Oh, hi, TJ. I was with Flynn and Carl. I'm scanning some stuff for my project. Oh. He frowns in acknowledgement, nodding. Our underrated hero, the globe. Are you sure that's the underrated hero? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. How did Carl's job interview go? It was amazing. Fantastic, some might say. Perfect, if you will. His frown shifts to a tepid smile, awaiting my response. Not good. And just like that, it's gone. Oh. Well, there's a lot of work in Peyton. He'll snag one eventually, won't he, Chase? I fold my arms over my chest. I think he might need to get over some stuff before trying again, honestly. Anxiety, all that sort of junk. TJ nods. Oh my god, Ian, that's terrible. Weren't you going hiking? TJ glances to the side, seeming to eye each open doorway with a sense of wariness. Flynn texted me and said he wanted to talk. You know, about what happened at the lake. I blink. And you agreed? My voice comes out in more surprise than I intended it to. Again, TJ nods. TJ, you don't have to. It's my decision, Chase. I want to help. I sort of knew this was coming when I came back. And I knew it hurts Flynn. I know it hurts Flynn. Look, past tenses, you know, it's hard. No, new, yeah, they're weird words, you know. Despite his words, TJ doesn't look remotely confident, the lynx shifting restlessly. But I didn't know that you would be here, though. I didn't know exactly how to respond to that, so I pull out my phone and tap away, giving the lynx an understanding nod. Time to text Leo. Sort of the Carl maneuver, I guess. Well, don't worry, TJ. It'll be okay, I think. You think? Well. What a party. Is this what you want as your RPG party? You know, like this crew. You know. You think I think I would prefer if Jenna and Leo were in the party instead of these three. You know what I mean? Like they would be dependable. These three are not dependable. We're back. Carl got sick again. Puked all over the historic hanging tree. Carl offers a meek wave, which freezes when he sees TJ standing next to me. He quickly shoves both of his paws into his front pockets. Flynn notices TJ as well. He doesn't show any sign of nervousness. Jesus, this is really happening. He moves over to us and rests his behind on the back of his desk, his large tail wrapping around it. There's something about the sight of that wait, what is this word? Accentuated. That's what that says. That accentuates how how damn huge he is, and I can't help but wonder if he's doing it on purpose. Carl remains motionless by the front door. We lock eyes for a moment, but our attention shifts as Flynn speaks. Clap! Oh my god, you guys are so rude sometimes. Thanks. You know, showing up and stuff. TJ says nothing. The link's standing next to a small pot, which he keeps bouncing his foot against. I see Flynn's Adam's apple, Bob, the Gilla wetting his palate like his whole mouth has gone dry. Meanwhile, Carl looks like he's about to be sick again. Ah. I forget if this decision matters. This decision doesn't matter, right? Okay. Is what it is. Who do we want to stand with? I don't really stand any of these individuals. Don't all decisions not matter in this route? No, the decision to talk with Daxton or Leo really matters. That changes a lot. Yeah, excuse me. What do you think, guys? Who are we standing with? Who are we standing with? What are we doing? Give me one moment. Esto. Okay. I don't know. TJ, lol. Ugh, you know. Flussy? Oh. No. That's a terrible nickname, Jax. Also, hello. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Ian, do you remember which one Darian chose in the other playthrough? Oh my god, everyone has said something different. Amazing. Amazing. Also, hello, Roach. I think you did Carl. I see. So we're not doing Carl then. TJ or Flynn? Should I be nice to TJ since I'm not going to be nice to him in his route? I mean, I guess Chase forces me to be nice to TJ. Would pick the non-committal one? I know, right? What a loser. Guess we do Flynn? Sure. Changes in the when you text him the next day. Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I gingerly step over beside the large Gilla. He raises a brow as I approach. What's the old saying? He may be an asshole, but he's my asshole. Oh my god. That might have more of a sexual connotation than I intended. Regardless, I told Flynn I wouldn't stop him when he finally did this. The question is now whether I can manage to keep my word or not. TJ, you can sit if you want.
I don't want to sit.
The Lynx responds quickly.
Want some water or soda? Do you still drink soda, or does that just give you too many hell points?
Oh no. I don't need anything to drink.
Are you sure? They actually pump dry air into this building. That sounds like that fucking sucks. At least it would for me. I would probably taste iron the entire time I'm there, or be coughing or gagging, because that's just how I am when I'm in a dry place.
Thank you, though.
He's done it before. Oh my god. The feline remains on edge, guarded, seemingly readying himself for the Gilla to explode like he did back at the river.
Aight. So, I ask you again. What happened, TJ?
For some reason, hearing those words again makes my heart lurch within my chest. This is so fucked up.
And I told you, I don't know.
How the hell can you not know? You were there. Play it back to me, step by step.
Flynn.
I see the lizard's tail pull inward. Flynn, himself is stone-faced, but he can't keep that thing still. I rest my paw on the small of his back, and Flynn's shoulders raise some. God, sensitive everywhere, isn't he? TJ notices us, shifting awkwardly. He looks towards the exit, his longing to be out of the situation pretty evident. This was your choice, TJ. This was your choice. You're stuck here.
All details. I don't care what you think is significant or not.
And TJ takes a deep breath.
We were all playing on the beach. I was building a sandcastle. There wasn't much sand, so I was using mud. And Jenna helped.
So, Jenna was with you?
Not the whole time. Sydney ran up and did a wrestling move on it. You were behind Sydney. You laughed. I think Carl did too.
No!
Okay, sure, Carl. Carl's protest is barely audible. I'm starting to remember some of this. Carl was asleep, wasn't he?
And Leo?
He was finding skipping stones, I think. Leo wasn't there.
Leo wasn't there? Leo's prepubescent voice fills my mind.
I'm sorry!
His language skills weren't great, so he just stumbled through a sobbed apology. I promise. Wait, what is this?
I promise protecting all of you. From now on. Chase was...
Hands are around another child's neck. Clearly. He looks over to me for a moment.
Yes, he caught up with me after I ran off.
Flynn, you were there for this part. You remember all this.
I remember Jenna coming up and yelling at me about Sydney.
You were the one who told him to destroy my sandcastle.
Flynn's eyes narrow.
This isn't about your stupid fucking sandcastle.
This has everything to do with the sandcastle. What are you talking about? People died because of that sandcastle. TJ crosses his arms over his stomach as if hugging himself.
Sid's dead. What happened?
I see TJ's legs start to shake some beneath him. I have to stop this. Flynn, enough! The Gilla looks at me, his eyes a little wider.
What?
This isn't going anywhere. You're just making it awkward.
Fucking what?
You're just antagon.
I don't give a fucking shit if it makes you a little uncomfy like. You're all goddamn adults. I'm sure you're all expensive. What, all your expensive therapists told you to talk about it. So talk about it.
Chase caught up with me.
All eyes shift back to TJ.
He kept asking where Leo was. And then he ran off.
Flynn looks to me. Back? No? Wait though. How about YouTube? Are you good YouTube? You're good YouTube. Okay. Someone's knocking on the door. What are you doing? Oh, good music change. I see. Jenna marches in with her phone and grasp, seeming to ignore everyone else in the room but the Gila. Flynn grits his teeth, swearing under his breath. This absolutely better be the scene of you apologizing. Her gaze finally shifts to the rest of us. Judging by her expressions on our faces, I think she's able to quickly discern that this is not the case. You are completely out of line.
Jenna, not now. TJ came here on his own volition.
You're disgusting. You know that. You get pleasure out of toying with people. You always have, no matter how much it hurts them. She stands in the center of us all, speaking in a clear, solid tone. It doesn't seem to matter that she's over a foot and a half smaller than Flynn.
Like I was saying, TJ came here on his own accord. The others can vouch for that.
There's only so much that can be done of his own accord when you've been harassing him with text messages all week.
Sydney was my best friend. I'm fucking entitled to know what happened.
You are entitled to nothing. Jenna retorts quickly, speaking in a tone that's as sharp as a knife. The room goes quiet. Jenna glares. Glare is not wavering from Flynn, who's looking over at the floor now. Finally, she speaks again. It would be best if you just left now, Flynn.
You're in my office!
Your office? She lets out a quick, exasperated breath. You are a receptionist at a publicly funded city hall for a town of barely 50 people. You need to get over yourself. Ah, there he is. Leo pushes his way past Carl, the wolf also looking at his phone. I like to think that Leo walks in, shoves Carl to the floor as he enters the scene. You know what I mean? He's just... Carl portrait gone. Leo pushes his way past Carl, the wolf also looking at his phone.
Flynn!
TJ and I do our best to get out of the way. He doesn't even notice me. Flynn stands straight up.
What? You know what?
The wolf seems to put himself in between the Gila and TJ. Flynn just blinks, holding up the flats of his large hand.
I'm not going to hit him. Jesus shit fucking Christ.
What was the Dungeon Grandpa line? Jesus shit, you son of a bitch! It's still good. It's still good. I read that line like 7 years ago, and it still lived more than 7 years. God, that was 8 years ago now. Lives rent-free in my brain. Suddenly, he looks straight at Carl. Maybe I'll try playing those games at some point on the channel. I don't know. Those games are like really bad, but they're fun in their own right. They're fun. They're maybe not good, but they're fun. No? Ian, do you not want to see the wacky world of Dungeon Grandpa? We can skip straight to the second game, you know? That one's wacky. That one's fun. The first one's kind of boring. The second one's kind of lit. Advertising it well? When do I ever advertise any piece of media well? Besides, the second game has Nagito. And we all know that Nagito did nothing wrong. Suddenly, he looks straight at Carl.
I told you, it's a goddamn conspiracy.
Jenna lets out a disgusted noise. Is that what you think? It couldn't possibly be your track record of manipulative, self-centered, and downright mean-spirited behavior. Flynn clenches his fists.
Y'all are so fucking quick to damn me. All I want to know is the truth.
You know, Flynn, this is like... Yes, everyone is quick to damn you, but that's also your fault. Like, come on. Have a little bit of self-awareness. I feel Flynn's arms bristle against my own.
It's like what happened at the river, all fucking over again.
I lean closer to him, replying back, I know. The truth is that Sydney had an accident and died. And you are completely unable to accept that. You are not the only person who had lost someone. Your way of making yourself feel better is by bringing everyone else down with you. That's unacceptable.
You can't let go, can you? Just a total control freak who thinks they know what's best and who deserves what. We all know you hated Sid the most. Hell, you told Carl you were glad he was dead years ago. And guess what? He told me.
Carl looks down at his hooves. Jenna's about to speak again, but Flynn cuts her off.
TJ, go on from where you left off. We get 1 week with our old friends, our family, and you ruin it, man.
And TJ holds himself tight.
Yeah, I
need to do something. I release my hold on TJ and step forward. That's so good. That's so good. I love this route. Which one do we do, guys? I'll do the middle one. The Gilla's jaw drops some as I stand beside Jenna. I can't let you do this anymore, Flynn. I'm not just your damn toy you can use for your stupid plan. I just wanted to help you. To fucking understand you for once. Remember what you said? I'll beat the shit out of him if I have to. TJ backs away some, his eyes widening. Good. Jenna furrows her brow at Flynn, who looks a mix of befuddled and enraged. That's not happening.
Bullshit!
The giant Gilla practically hisses. I don't think any of that shit you said about Leo is true either. At first you just kept saying he changed and that all he does is bully people and fuck randos. And Jenna's right. You just manipulate people to get what you want. You know damn well that I was hoping, that I wanted. I make sure to look at Leo with a sort of sorrowful, longing look. I trail off, and Leo quickly steps up.
Go on!
I bite my tongue for a moment. Flynn seems like he's about to pop. I peer at Leo. His blood's just run cold by the look of him. He made me think you didn't care, and he actually loved me. All he wanted to do was fuck, man. He kept saying I shouldn't see you, that you were dangerous and I needed to help him plan this interrogation.
He's making it all up. Didn't you just see what he did? He does it all the time.
That's why I texted you guys. I didn't want TJ to get hurt.
You're the one who texted them!
Chase. Next thing I know, Leo is bending down to scoop me up into his embrace, his muscles around my back. It feels good, despite the circumstances, and I hug him back.
What the fuck? You false motherfucker!
Flynn?
Jenna, you have to.
Just shut up. The look on her face is absolute repulsion at this whole situation. Man, it's been a long week, I mutter. I feel the wolf just shake his head. His cheeks rub firmly against mine.
Fuck yeah, it has. What? No!
Carl speaks up from the corner of the room. His voice is faint, but we all hear it, do we? Do we care?
Dudes, Flynn wouldn't hurt TJ. I don't know why you guys would, think that he would.
Would it have been there? Am I remembering the scene right with the Daxton route? Did I have to not? It's fine.
Even if he, did say it.
Carl's, voice, peters out meekly. Leo pulls back from me, and I feel a weird sense of loss. That word is actually poisoned for me forever. Legitimately, I can't see the word loss without, like, a million images flood my mind, and I just, like, I kind of smile. I love that stupid anime edit where it's they edit what the girl writes on a chalkboard to be the lines, and the subtitles just go like, "This is an American joke." It's so good. Maybe I'm just touch starved or something. You literally can't in this route. I do love that you just actually can't trust Chase in this route. That he's just this, like, quad-faced motherfucker. And it's so good.
This sort of bad business sounds just like him. Yeah. I knew it. I just knew he was trying to take you, Otter.
Even Jenna gives Leo a bit of a sidelong look.
And was manipulating Teach, that too.
He adds quickly, because we definitely care about TJ, yes. TJ keeps frowning, not furrowing, but frowning. His face plastered with blank stares.
I don't, pretend to understand the whole Chase / Flynn thing, but almost none of that sounds like him. You think I'm some sorta femme fatale type, seducing poor fucking innocent Chase to do my bidding. Absolute balls. Did you? Did I what?
Leo says nothing, unable to bring the words to reality. He shakes his head, and I think I can see his fangs start to bare. Flynn throws up his arms, letting out an exasperated exhale.
Yeah, Leo. I fucked him.
Are you kidding me? It's more like we fucked you. Come on, don't get it twisted.
And he moaned like a bit...
Leo tosses such a fierce slug of a punch that Flynn's face looks like it vibrates in place. The Gila crumples to the ground. That's your man? Yeah, that's my man. He would hurt someone for me. That's kind of hot. You know? Crumple. Yeah, crumple. You know, that thing that I do sometimes. Leo. Flynn did nothing wrong. You know, Jax, I want to agree with you. The problem is that Flynn totally did... the things that Flynn did wrong is more how he handles conversation. His actions are fine, but the way he carries himself is wrong. Because he just has no ground to stand on because of the way he acts. He does it actually to himself. Leo kicks the large lizard's waist as he attempts to cover himself, Flynn letting out a choked groan.
Yeah, you patchy shit. Who's moaning like a bitch now?
That's the least severe offense of all of the Echo cast. You're not wrong. Flynn is the best of this. This is the best of them. For sure. For sure. The problem is that he seems the worst at first glance. And you know that for that, that's just how it is for a lot of people. You know, it's the reverse for a lot of characters, where you know, like the worst of the cast is definitely TJ, and he's the nicest from the outset. So you know, it's the reverse of Flynn. You know, like
Stop.
I love this guy. I love this guy. Don't you just want to put your arm around him and just be like, look at this guy? I love the way he's drawn. I don't know. Like, I know it's like the I know it's like the old portrait for TJ. I'm not TJ, the old like Chase portrait, but like, you know, with a filter on it, and the brushstrokes for his little muzzle is like a lot thicker. But like it's good. It's good. I like it a lot.
Flynn, are you?
Hey. How's it going? You come here often? Jesus, Leo. What? What the hell? I rub my eyes. Flynn is still on the floor, and Leo is leering over him, fist clenched. What the hell did I just see? Am I dreaming? I try pinching myself. That's how they do it in the movies, right? Nothing happens.
Stop!
How annoying would this have been? Like how annoying would TJ have sounded? Would it have been more high pitched? Would it have been more shrieky? You know? It's fine. TJ practically shrieks. All heads turn, even Flynn's, which is looking a little battered. TJ,
I saw how Sydney died!
His voice is so quiet in contrast to his initial yell that it's like a splash of cold water.
TJ, you don't have to give this piece of dirt the satisfaction.
I want to! He deserves as much.
He seems to take a moment to get his breathing steady, the lynx looking shaky.
I had run off to be alone by the water on the far side of the beach by the outlet. I was upset, and I wasn't watching the water. There was some shouting in the distance. It just sounded like, I don't know, how you guys used to be. Loud, you know.
The lynx rubs his paws together, rocking upon his feet.
About 10 minutes passed, and I heard a splashing sound nearby. I looked up and thought I saw someone in the water. There were bubbles, lots of bubbles. And then I looked up and saw this thing standing down the shore a ways. It was really tall, like a person, but burnt all over, like hot ashes in a fire pit.
What?
And tears brim at the edges of TJ's eyes.
It started walking into the water, and I just ran. I ran and ran.
Carl looks at TJ dumbfounded.
Please.
Flynn sputters, visibly in pain.
No more fucking bullshit.
I'm serious. I've talked to so many therapists, counselors, youth group leaders, and no one believes me.
TJ's brow wrinkles, his chest heaving before finally the lynx breaks down into a sob.
No one ever believes me. It hurts so much, and I'm so scared all the time.
It's quiet. We all stand there, watching the lynx cry like a little bitch. No one speaks, and no one reaches out to him. Snot runs down his face, his nose. He tries to wipe it off with the inside of his shirt, but he just smears it. He clutches at his own whiskers, tugging at them.
As I was running back a quarter mile away, someone tackled me into the water. They held me under so long, a light started popping in front of my eyes.
The lynx gestures, opening and closing his paws in front of his face.
Everything after that got fuzzy, like I was dreaming. I saw something just under the water. In a completely different spot. 2 bodies. Both had brown fur. And that's all I could see. Undulating in this constant, restless motion.
It all comes back so quickly. The sky is overcast, the air crisp. Autumn. TJ sitting in a daze, Jenna running back into town, Flynn pulling me into the water. Me grabbing onto neck scruff, pulling back to shore. Carl sitting on a rock, bawling. Leo starts trying to do compressions. And Sydney just stares. Sirens, the helicopter rotor, adults everywhere. I'm home, Mom's holding me. Dad puts on my favorite movie. I watch. But still, Sydney stares.
2 bodies. Both with brown fur.
Slowly, I start to feel their eyes shifting towards me. All except for TJ, who stares only at the floor and mutters,
I'm sorry.
I look to Flynn, Carl, Jenna, Leo, and they all have the same look on their eyes. Nothing of malice, hatred, or contempt, but a sort of mournful pondering. Both with brown fur.
No. No way, Chula. This little joke has gone too far.
Leo looks to the others. Jesus, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I know that, Otter. You and I were closer than any people I know, yeah. I would have found out if you did. I mean, you went through the whole emo phase, boring your soul to me constantly. You were a whiny little bastard, remember?
He puts on a smile, seeming to shine it like a spotlight on the others, in the hopes that it will be contagious. It isn't. TJ. The lynx just sniffles. Why didn't you ever tell the police this?
I thought the monster got him.
We didn't find Sydney by the outlet, TJ.
Frosted Tips chase era. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. Jenna looks troubled. More troubled than I'd ever seen her in years. She's always the stoic figure of rationality and takes things apart logically. But now, she's just quiet. Flynn and Carl keep staring at me. I know what they think. And it's wrong. Flynn gives me a long, blank look before walking towards me. Flynn, beautiful. Beautiful. Is that enough to condemn, like, to condemn Chase? Like, It's circumstantial evidence. Just like the sight of brown fur. A lot of people have brown fur. Like, come on. Like... It's fine. Oh my god, Flynn! Jenna's voice comes out muffled as I stagger back, grabbing my jaw. Ow. It feels like my brain is scraping the top of my skull. I just want to lay down and sleep. My knees go weak, and I can feel myself teetering backwards as if in slow motion. For some reason, it's like I'm expecting nice, cool water to greet my backside. That tipping sensation sticks with me, and I realize I'm not actually falling.
Flynn! Flynn! Flynn? Flynn.
Leo's shouts keeps repeating, and each time it's quieter and more distorted than before. You hold your paws up in front of your face, and you actually do it. You move. I didn't do that. The kids in front of you are just red blurs. I just want to lay down. Don't. There's a black and orange figure in front of you.
Don't let the lizard hurt you again.
You hear shouting, but not from inside, outside. The blurred group isn't looking at you anymore.
Get out. I don't care. I don't care anymore, you faggots.
A cracking voice comes from outside. Alright, that's Clint, right? Yeah. If I had to guess, it sounds like it's coming from down the block. Or was it Duke? I can't remember. Everyone but Flynn is peering out a small window near the door. The Gilla, however, is staring at me. His eyes look like they're shaking in their sockets.
Oh, Lord! My Lord! Good Lord! Oh, how you test me so! I fall upon my knees and ask you where to go! What's going on?
Carl tries to peer past the bulk of Leo to see where the commotion is going from. My head is still reeling from Flynn's punch. He's never hit me before. My father never even hit me. I'm sorry. That's a joke just for me. Well, never seriously. Excuse me? Why do I have notifications? Do I look? What am I doing? Excuse me? What is this? Oh, okay. I'll respond to that later. Okay. Keys can wait. He wasn't ever the sort that got into physical fights growing up. Usually he just stomp off and skulk if something truly upset him. But now, he doesn't look like he's budging. It's Clint. It is Clint. Okay. Is Clint not in the trailer yet? You know, Chunter's not in the trailer. I figured that it would be, it'd be Clint in the trailer.
Who is he yelling at?
God?
No, Leo looks over his shoulder, peering at me.
Are you okay, Otter? I feel heaven's call in every canyon's edge. Just past the overlook window. Or at the bottom of the water, all tied up with a keg.
I hope that's how that word is pronounced. I don't actually know. I feel myself backing up. Like Light running away in the Death Note finale. Oh my god. It's facts. It's like how I felt on the roller coaster, strapped in on the chain lift. What's happening to me?
Chase!
Flynn begins to follow.
Flynn, you stay right there or I will beat your ass double hard. Yeah.
Leo, for God's sake, all of you, just stop.
Where are you going?
I make a sound. I think I say home, but it comes out rather garbled.
You can't keep running away from this shit.
Oh, I can keep running away. It's what I'm good at. Yeah, TJ squints, his nose pressed against the window pane.
He's holding something!
Yeah? I keep stepping back, my legs feeling like they're vibrating. My movements are abrupt and jerky. I manage to get into the hallway and approach a door covered with caution tape. Sorry. I'm just remembering the original playthrough. It's okay, guys. It's fine. What is that word, Josh? A placeard. A placeard denotes it as the reading room. What? That is not unreasonable of a mispronunciation. It is not unreasonable to look at this and go, placeard. I don't think that's unreasonable. Jax, I know that it's placard. But for some reason when I read it the first time, I said placeard. But when have you ever heard someone say that word like that? Never. Besides myself. It's fine. No worries. I grasp the handle, and I have to give it a hard shove before it budges. The door is heavy. I'm nearly overwhelmed by the musty smell from the inside. Oh, we get the new version of this scene. Oh, God. The corner of the room is completely stained from rain damage, and the roof is boarded up. There was an exit here. But it's gone now. We did it. We got there. We got there, boys. We got there. Drinking. That Silent Hill reference. Give it to me. Let it wash over me. That was definitely one of those I clapped when I first read it. It's there. They did it. Why do I know that? I stare at the little section of the wall where the old wooden door used to be. A small picture of a group of quail crossing a dry... Is this quail? 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 Koal? Crossing a dried wash is in its place. As I move to leave, I notice the door won't open. It's hard stuck in place, locked. You got it right the first time? As I always do. A sharp crack rings out from somewhere outside, followed by the quick scurrying of feet upon the carpeted floor of the lobby. When you and Dardar start talking about Silent Hill after reading that, you never once mention the name of the game you were talking about. Oh God, did we not? Oh no. Yeah, well, you know, Darian had to like sit through like the real time when I first played through those games, and I'm like, yo, these are the coolest games to ever exist. And by that I mean, you know, it was mostly me doing quotes. Not the quotes anyone would want to hear from Silent Hill. I was very much the radio. What's the matter with that radio? Kind of guy. You know, kind of like with Resident Evil, where it's like, oh man, I love just quoting the jank like PS1 era shit. It's so good.
What a mansion! Here, Jill, I'll give you this lockpick, since you're the master of unlocking. Like, the ultimate bioweapon. Love that shit.
I love that shit so much. A gunshot. I try the door again, more fervently, hoping that I'm just pulling a Carl here and pulling when I should be pushing. Still nothing. Fuck! More shouts ring out, this time accompanied by a dull thud and the sound of a stucco being shattered. Those ones hit the building. I get down onto the floor, my heart pounding. It still feels like I'm moving in slow motion, even with the adrenaline pumping through my veins. What the hell is wrong with me? I hear the front door open, followed by more scurrying upon carpet. Why the hell are they running outside? I hear an engine start, and the splaying of gravel as what sounds like Leo's van drives off. They left me? Even Leo? Crawling to the floor, making my way toward the corner of the room. I pinch myself, trying to snap out of this storage, with this strange malaise. I can hear the occasional shout from out of the street, but it's all gibberish now. Leaning back against the wall, I rub my throbbing temple. Malaise. Tweakers? It couldn't have shown up at a better time. I try to listen to see if the shouting is getting closer, but it's difficult to tell. If that really is Clint, then this is really out of character for him. He never really was the singing type. Screaming about faggots, yes, but singing? No. He'll make a good VTuber one day, just you wait. Looking around, it seems like most of the old books and such have been taken off the shelves and put in sorted boxes to prevent water damage. Having lived here my whole life, I've never actually been inside here. That feels like quite a feat, noting I've covered damn near every other square inch of this town. There's a few binders and booklets near my side, which with titles like Colesville Stormwater Drainage Plan 1999 and a drought-resistant plant guide. Next to them, that's what looks to be some kinda unopened canister of fumigation stuff. I reach down to grab it when I notice the fur on my arm. It's wiggling. A couple brown strands of fur seem to bounce back and forth, and I become cognizant that my arm has been tingling for a while now. Glancing past my fingertips, I see this beige mass near the end of my foot, and that's when I notice the legs. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. A blonde tarantula about an inch away from the tips of my toes. My throat closes in on itself before I can finally scream. I blink, writhing back. Next thing I know, it's on my chest. It moves faster than I can even see. It's pittering legs, feeling like they're all over me. I grab the edge of my shirt, trying to fling it off. But it's already on my neck. The otter? No. I slap at it. Feeling the squeash and hearing a very light clicking squeak. The edge of my neck begins to burn, and I pull back my paw to inspect my paw. Wait, pull back my paw to inspect my palm. Okay. There is no tarantula. Instead, I see the 8 razor-thin legs of a black Indominus. On the Indominus, there's a splotchy pigmentation of red, the number 8. My pulse quickens when I realize it's an hourglass. Black Widow. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I look down at my arms again and realize it isn't just my fur moving. There are little red and black, specks everywhere. No! I tear at my own shirt, jumping to my knees and trying to bat away at the seemingly infinite number of spindly, fanged arachnids. Each time I bat my arm and move their guts cover, and more of their guts cover my paw pads and fur until it feels like my paws are wet. It's not just my arms anymore. They're inside my shirt, my shorts, my face. I try plugging my noses, keeping my muzzle shut as I roll onto the floor, not daring to open my mouth to scream. I fling my shirt off, then I'll pull off my shorts. I see the webbing of the nest I had sat upon, the fabric of my shorts, oodled of the oodles of the babies of the baby, and not so baby spiders crawling out. I see. Should have just let Flynn punch kill you? Oh my god. And naked, I managed to scramble to my feet and run to the other side of the room. I tear at my own fur, pulling out spider-filled clumps in the process with such ferocity that the skin beneath bleeds. I pulled, my vision blurred from my own fear-induced weeping. The needle shot sensation of when they bite is the worst part. It doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would, but I can feel it every time, and over again. I pull a large one off my face, throw it to the ground, and scruff of fur, and grab at my goatee, and some of my goatee going with it. Oh no, not the goatee! Dancing up and down, I try to shake the remaining ones off, but they cling insistently. Trying to pull each one off is impossible. They're too fast. Sometimes I only manage to grab a few legs and the thickened abdomen, and the rest of them remains embedded into my fur. Spider blood isn't red or green like it is in the video games or movies. It's this faint blue kind of color, and it feels like it's all over me. I take rapid short breaths, each one more stained than the last. Strained, sorry. My whole body shakes. I can't tell whether they're symptoms of panic or the venom itself. I try the door again, pulling and pushing as hard as I can before throwing myself at it. Nothing happens. I kick at it, like they do in the movies. Nothing happens. I'm stuck, trapped, and I can see the spiders everywhere. Even after getting most of them off, they're all over the walls, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and my clothes. I retreat to the dampest, water-stained corner of the room. The staining is so bad it looks like it's been burned black. The spiders don't like moist areas. I remember reading about that, at least. I continue to pick at my fur, even after I think they're all gone. I can still feel them. I can also feel my muscles around my neck and shoulders begin to cramp. My stomach feels like it's being twisted inside out, and it isn't long before I get the sensation of hot bile rise in my throat. The rough edges of the morning's rice treat scrape my insides. All he remembers the Rice Krispie treat. TM. I reel forward as it all comes spewing out of my mouth. I can't breathe. It burns so much. I try to call out for help, but every time I open my mouth, it's just more vomit. There's another black widow climbing up my leg, but I can't focus enough to swat at it. Each breath I take is blubbering like acid is going straight into my lungs. I need someone to help me. I clench my eyes shut tight, and when I open them, everything's different. The modern bookshelves and electric equipment are replaced with all this old-timey crap I can't quite make out. But I see it past a big wooden chair. A door. How the hell? The puking has slowed to a trickle from the edges of my mouth, but my insides still burn. I managed to push myself off the wall, stepping upon each creaking floorboard that weren't there a minute ago. I stumble past old wagon wheels and piles of what appears to be Bibles. Bibbles, you know. Eventually, I reach it, the light. The door is already open ajar, and so I just push, and it doesn't budge. No. Why? Why won't it open? I sink down to the floor, half collapsing as my knees start to give out. Help! I finally manage to croak out. Good lord. I manage to turn my head in the direction of the voice. A blurry figure now stands in the room, his voice one of shock. Professor Tibbets? I can't tell if he's looking at me or past me. Cliff? And just like that, he's gone. The room, though, the room is still here. It's all red, like before. A little spoiler, but this moment has made it into the smoke room. Oh, neat. Okay. Alright, that's neat. I assume this is also the moment that, like, Sam leaves. Like, this route. It's all red, like before. I feel compelled to stand up again, but my legs won't budge. I just can't. Everything hurts. I shift my eyes down. The black widow that was crawling up me earlier is now a blonde tarantula. Why? Why is this happening? Ah, hello, Michael. Someone... I can't think straight. I just want to go home. Leo? Mom? Help! I miss home. God, I wish I was home. I hate this. Why won't anyone help? Why'd they all leave me? Why can't I get out? Useless. No! Don't tell me that. Just die already. I'm not gonna die. I'm not... The cramping in my muscles is the most intense I've ever felt. It's like the flesh itself is being peeled from the bone, each nerve ending plucked like whiskers. The tarantula is on my face now, on the tips of my nose. I can see all of its eyes, and in those eyes I see the reflection of my own. Its dusty blonde hair begins to shift, dissolving into the darkness, contrasted with neon orange markings. Yeah, excuse me. And then it becomes nothing. I close my eyes and wait. It's so good. It's so good. Dead. I sling the bow over my shoulder and set my quiver down on the little yellow plastic table next to me. It's got a little not chubby, oh my god, what am I thinking? Cubby holder in the center meant for storing crayons and shit, but I haven't used it for that in a long time. Find him, Josh? I mean... I'm gonna find Bronson. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. Are you thinking of... Look, wouldn't it be a flex to be... like, to have to tell Sydney, like, your dad calls me daddy? You know what I mean? I approach the target and tear off the photograph I printed out at the school's library. I remember the librarian giving me quite the look about it, and not that I was going to explain to her what it was for. Right between his turban, though. Not bad for 150 feet? Back to the timeout corner? No. No. No one can make me. I'm good. No. He's fine. Look, Bronson's cute. Bronson's cute. Look, all three Bronson boys we see in this franchise, they're good. They're good. They're all good. They're all A tier, right? They're all at least A tier. I do like all three of them, like an unhealthy amount. It's bad. It's bad. I smile, holding up and seeing the sunlight shine through the hole. It's at that moment, though, I start feeling a bit silly. Who the fuck am I kidding? You really picked the worst one to obsess over here, though? What do you mean? Todd is a cutie. Sid and Todd are reasonable. Wait, why isn't Mr. Bronson reasonable? He's like Boomer. He's got that scruff. He's got that cute. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I've shipped Sid and Todd just like you did. I am going to choke myself. We don't talk about that. Nobody's gonna kill this guy with a bow. They'll blast him into 100 pieces with a weaponized UAV. Also, they don't let faggots into the military. Still, Uncle will dig this. He can hang it up in the garage next to the 100 and 125 feet ones. He's been trying to keep me to get me to practice more with the 22, but I like the bow better. It's quiet, so I don't gotta worry about the county sheriff getting called again. And not that I'd ever admit it, but I fucking hate the noise. I think I got sensitive ears or something. You know, like, it is funny to think that, like, Flynn is the bow and arrow type. And it's like, wow, what a hipster, you know? Do you think he liked the early 2010s era of video games when they just started giving everyone bows for no fucking reason? Carl was telling me to just use a silencer, like that's how it fucking works. Dude's gonna grown up on dumb movies and video games and have no clue how the real world works. This place, at least, is pretty far away from any houses besides my own. I think I've only ever seen one other non-friend family person out here, and that was Heather's mom stoned off her ass. It was the pre-triple A glider. Oh my god. Yeah, it do be true. It do be true. None of the group are really into this stuff, so it's pretty aight when I'm wanting to be alone. I fold up the picture, stuffing it into the side pocket of my cargo pants. How do you all feel about cargo pants and cargo shorts? Are you all for or against them? I know that a lot of people have very visceral emotions regarding this topic, and I'm just curious. Guys. I want to know. I walk back to the firing line, taking hold of my quiver once again. I draw my bow, readying another arrow. I'm about to fire, though it's nearby rumble sound starts coming from the road about a mile north. It sounds like someone is going off-road. Practical, not fashionable. Oh my god. Terrible. But they have good storage space. Yeah, that's why I like cargo shorts. I used to exclusively wear them, but it's died down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just really liked having the extra pockets. Like, I also used to wear, like, a vest because of that. Because I'm just like, yo, more pockets. Back in my high school days, you know? I squint past the glare of the afternoon sun and spot the pale blue of the truck heading my direction. Through the windshield, I spot a familiar, small, tough face.
What the hell?
I drop my gear, watching the vehicle accelerate and deaccelerate haphazardly.
Shitbird, what are you doing?
Vests are so lame, loser. Oh my god. It's true, though. It's true. I stopped wearing it once I graduated high school. The truck pulls up and comes out and comes to an abrupt halt. I step up to the driver's side window, about to chastise the furry bastard, but the look on his face stops me. Look at this little one. Look at this little guy. He's just a little guy. Look at him. I don't see any sort of jest or self-satisfied mischief as the kid steps out. Just shaken, wide-eyed blankness.
Whoa, the hell's going on, dude?
Flynn, can you come with me?
He's acting weird as hell.
Why?
Please.
Nice eye.
Yeah, scoot over. No way I'm letting someone even younger drive me around. Just a sec. Gotta grab my gear so nobody steals it.
Sydney just nods. I turn, walking back to the ground to grab my cooler, bow, and quiver. What god, how many card decks can you carry with that many pockets? Oh my god. Grab the Misawa image of him, like, opening up his jacket and having all the deck boxes strapped to his vest. Like, I'm guessing his folks are being fucky again. Still, he's gonna get his hide tanned for jacking their truck. I throw my equipment in the truck bed before opening the driver's side door, as Sydney's already sitting on the passenger side. I notice his eyes, the way they look all blurry and pink around the edges. He's been crying. God damn it.
Wanna tell me what's up?
Sydney says nothing.
You ain't been killing hookers again, have you? I know the bitches step out of line sometime, and you gotta keep your pimp hand strong, but there are limits, little guy.
Kinda love this, Flynn. you know, pre-Lake incident Flynn, he seemed alright. I smirk at him. He just looks down in between his knees, cupping his face in his paws. It's not helping. I'm not helping, am I? I clear my throat.
Well, shit. Please tell me where we're going.
Sydney rubs his face with his webbed paw. Finally, he lifts his head and speaks up. We step around the damp sticks and brumble before eventually reaching the clearing. And training his little Flynn 2.0. Oh my god. Sydney seems to get more nervous each step we take, muttering something about being tough every now and then, here and there. I decided a while ago I wasn't gonna pry, but I feel myself getting increasingly nervous. What the hell are we going to doing all this? Wait, but ooh, halt. Okay. What the hell are we doing all the way out here? Eventually, he comes to a stop, then points past some bushes. I can see what looks like metal rusted past the green. I raise a brow at him before stepping through. Our favorite background. I think this is one of my favorite backgrounds in this game. It elicits emotion. Probably not the emotions other people feel, but elicits emotion. Makes me think Mr. Brownson. I see him, and my gut sinks. A part of me wonders what could have possibly made Sydney act like this, and the thought crosses my mind. But I don't want to believe it. He's laying there in an awkward pose, legs bent up and tucked beneath the front bumper of the abandoned van. Really? Okay. At first, I think his mouth is open. Then I realize half his jaw is missing, a clear hole visible all the way through his neck. I can see where the spine connects to the brain and everything. How horny the abusive father gets him! Oh my god! Look, here, see. If Bronson was with me, he wouldn't be as abusive to Sydney, right? You know? Is what it is. You know, I'll keep the man in line, if you will. You know. Oh, the blood is so dark. It's like motor oil. The words caught in my throat. I'm gonna be sick. Love the optimism. Yo, you know that I'm known for my optimism. I hear crying from beside me, and I know he's there. I know he's seeing this too. Okay. Whoa. Whoa? Really? What did you... I didn't kill him! Sydney steps up to me, a surge of emotion upon his previously blank face. I didn't! I swear! I spot the rifle next to the corpse. It's a .22 long barrel, a really awkward weapon to try to kill yourself with due to its length. I turn. The sight of it all makes me feel like I'm about to now lose my breakfast. Are you sure? I wouldn't blame you if you did. I didn't! His shrill yell catches me off guard, and I nearly lose my nerves. Okay. He took you out here and shot himself? We were arguing, and he saw the van and started acting weird. His voice is much higher, not brighter, higher, pitched than it usually is. As Sydney always puts on this fake gravelly sort of a cadence to sound tough. He doesn't have any of that now, and sounds just like any other scared little kid. Man, like I played the game in the same order that Darian did. So playing like Route 65, Leo, Flynn, then Jenna's routes, and just seeing how the van creeps up every now and again, like, oh, good, I like it. He doesn't sound like that. Have any of that now, and sounds just like any other scared little kid. He left me, then came back an hour later with this gun. He said he wanted me to watch him do it. He looks like he's about to hyperventilate. He covers his face with his forearms, whimpering aloud. My head hurts. I take him by the shoulder and turn him away from the scene. Let's take you back to the truck, eh? I believe you. Sydney's dad was a weird motherfucker. Real grinny. Grinny. Like TJ's folks, but even more completely fucking fake. Oh, I see. We all used to go to the same church down in Prior Valley, so he treated me like I was one of them. As of late, though, he'd been acting really strangely towards me. I always wondered if my parents told him something. Fucking doesn't matter now, does it? Can we put the van on the husbando charts? Oh my god. You know, we can get there. We can get there, I think. Yeah. Van has their own tier. Oh my god.
Let's sit back down in the truck, okay? It's warm in there.
Sydney just nods. We reach the truck, and I start noticing little things about it that make my heart sink. The pack of Sydney's dad's chewing gum on the dashboard. I know it's like grammatically correct, but it always trips me up when you have word with apostrophe s followed by another word with apostrophe s. You know what I mean? I know it's correct, but it feels wrong. His fish bait pro gamer bumper sticker. This man played Sega Bash Fishing every night. That was his gamer. That was his gamer game, you know? That Alpine wind air freshener that dangles from the rearview mirror. All of this shit for a person who is just gone. Oh, hey, it's this track. I put the keys in the ignition, then turn on the heater and radio. All that the antenna picks up out here is some twang country stuff. I step around to the truck bed and unzip the plastic cooler I've got. I ate all the jerky from earlier. All that's left is a couple lemon lime sodas. He's got some Sprit. I take one and hand it to Sydney.
Here, drink this.
His parents never let him have soda. I sort of expect him to just hold it and keep staring blankly, but he actually pops the tab up, and starts glugging it down.
There's more in the back if you get thirsty.
They're gonna think I did it, aren't they?
Who will?
Everyone. They think I'm a monster. He looks like a monster to you? I open my mouth to dismiss that, but the more I think about it, the more suspicious it all looks. Not that I doubt Sydney for a fucking second. He wouldn't lie to me about something serious like this. But the cops? That's how you know he's gonna be a killer! They look... Come on. Come on. You know, I have 2 soda cans currently on my desk. They both have the tab up. I don't just do that just to annoy Darian. It's just what I do. Horror movie, Josh. Come on. Come on. I want to say I'm not a psychopath, but I don't know the definition of psychopath off the top of my head to refute that. So we're just gonna
dude, Sydney. The angle of the gunshot.
He looks up at me, his big eyes welling up.
It looks bad. Like he couldn't have.
I didn't want him to do it. I tried. And I tried and I tried. I talked to him for hours. I kept trying to pull it away. He wouldn't listen to me. He just kept talking.
I resist the urge to muffle him as he begins to scream, looking around nervously. You hand your captain of a soda. Their life is on the line. How they open it? I don't think many people come to this part of state land. Instead, I place a hand on his back, rubbing gingerly.
It's okay. It's okay.
I thought if I yanked hard enough.
A snot dribbles from his nose, which he wipes quickly on his jacket. He just shakes his head.
It fired.
Fuck. I feel my gut twisting at the prospect of what I'm about to do. It's like my insides have gone cold, as if the thermal padding in my clothing was gone. Please don't leave the tab up in public. I'm going to go insane. I'm just... What, are people gonna psychologically profile, like the cops are gonna psychologically profile the fact that I keep the soda tab up? Like, is it actually that weird? Like, I just, like, I don't know.
I'll take care of it.
What do you mean?
Bury him. If anyone asks, you can say you were hunting down the pass a couple of miles from here, and he stormed off.
Just be extra careful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Will anyone believe that?
More so than what really happened.
My tone comes out more curt than I intended, and Sydney begins to bawl again. Stop making the otter cry, Flynn. He's done nothing wrong. This otter has done nothing wrong. I kind of want to cry, too. I squeeze Sydney's shoulder before letting go. As I turn and head back to the van, and it's like this, a physical sense of dread is hugging me the closer I get. What fucking else can I do here? Turn Sydney into the cops? They won't understand. Even his mom wouldn't. She'd probably blame me as the bad influence that caused this to happen. As I near the abandoned van, I try not to look at the body. I just gotta find a good spot to start digging. There's two pinyon trees at the bottom of a nearby hill that are surrounded by thick undergrowth. That'll have to do. I just wish I had a shovel. Regardless, I begin to dig. And dig and dig. I pull mounds upon mounds of soil out with my bare hands. Worms, spiders, all sorts of creepy crawlies that probably make TJ freak out are everywhere. He currently is. My hands start to feel raw, and I notice the smears of blood on some of the soil I'm holding after a while. I can't stop now. This is already too suspicious. Hours pass. My aunt and uncle are probably wondering where I am. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. The truth? No. I'll just sneak in and act like I'm taking a shower and change my clothes, then wash them when I get the chance. I think I finally get it deep enough, though my arms are numb as hell. I glance up the hill and I can see the very edge of Sydney's dad's foot. I just need to get it over with. A quick tug and haul, and we'll be home free. I don't move. I just keep staring at it. Like, it'll start twitching or something, and I'll hear his voice and ask me what I'm doing. I'm just so still, like a rock. Empty. It reminds me of the upside-down cockroach that I find in the garage all the time. Just empty husks that once contained life, and are now just a shell. I'm overcome with a notion that I really don't want to die. Eventually, somewhat, without even realizing it, I manage to get my legs working again. I grasp the foot. As I pull it down the slope, it doesn't bend like I thought it would. Each movement of the jolts kind of crackles with this horrible sound. I try to think of anything else to keep myself from throwing up. Gourmet salads, fishing trips, barbecues, my friends. Oh, love that. The husk falls into the makeshift grave. For the first time, I see his eyes.
He's looking at me. Right at me. I always thought that looking at a dead person's eyes would be like seeing someone who was looking through you. But no, it's like he's focused on me. Fuck. Are you... I look down at Sydney's dad expectantly. No response. One of his arms is sticking up, frozen in rigor. Sorry, not rigor. It's too tall and could stick out if the topsoil blew away. I take a deep breath and step down. Yeah, step down on it. I mean, it's tough. Like, I get it. It crunches like a bunch of dry twigs. I jolt back. Fuck! I scurry back up the hill, grabbing the rifle, the shell casings, and the dead duck for good measure. I toss it all into the pit before feverishly covering it all with dirt. It's at that point I notice Sydney standing nearby, clutching onto a tree like he's afraid he'll blow away. Hug tree. Hug. Have you ever done that, guys? Have you ever just walked up to a tree and just, like, grab? I don't. I don't like touching trees. I don't like their texture, like, at all. Like, the kids that would always be like, time to climb tree, you know, like, as kids, I'm like, no. No, not that texture. I don't like it. I don't like the texture. It just... No. That, and I always think if, like, I touch a tree, like, something is gonna crawl on me. I don't know. They're creepy. And, a tree blowing away, yes. His brown cheek fur is matted with tears, and he, wrings his heavy tail, like a, wet cloth. I make sure to cover the face as fast as possible, though I still think Sydney saw it. I wonder if he thought the eyes were looking at him, too. I scoop the last mounds of dirt on top, wiping the blood off of my jacket. Trees are creep. Josh 2023. Oh my god. You know, creepy. Fuckle. Yeah, well, trees are creepy. They're always there. They remember everything. I'm panting. Sydney looks from the grave to me. He opens his mouth, pauses, then quietly mutters, "Thanks, Flynn." I don't know what to say. Yeah. I nod, for some reason. I manage to look him straight in the eyes, this time. Where do we go from here? Something happens. It's something on his face. It's like he's not himself. We'll be okay. We're tough. None of this matters. Oh, he says we. The van jostles and teeters as it careens down the dirt road before the turn to Wilma Bend. All this bumping and speeding is making my head hurt. Something fierce all of a sudden. Leo, slow down. The Red Wolf keeps looking over his shoulder as he drives, as if afraid he'll see Clint sprinting behind us.
Turn up here. Your place. Yeah, it's closest. I can't believe we left Chase behind. I told you, he bolted out the back door first chance he got.
I don't know City Hall had a back door.
There's silence for a moment. I say nothing, lying bold-faced to everyone.
I've never seen him get like that before. Who, Clint or Chase? Shut up, Flynn. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
What is it? What's that line of dialogue? Uh, None of this matters. Is that familiar? Maybe doesn't Sam say that at one point? Like in the narration? I thought so. What was the full line from DMC? Like, and the fuck you scene? That scene's blessed. Like, fuck. I feel a pinch on the back of my neck, and Jenna having grasped me hard. Enough! I'm serious. I reel forward, managing to wiggle free.
Okay.
Leo just snarls like the feral Tinder he is. He's livid, and still a batshit under... Still batshit under Chase's influence. Leo pulls up into the driveway, and as the van stops, he's already out, storming his way to the door.
I need a piss.
Well, there's cacti everywhere.
It's locked.
Leo turns to the front door handle, and to my surprise, it opens it up and steps in.
Door not.
I step outside, stretching my limbs. There's not much room in Leo's mommy missile for something like me. My mind's still buzzing, trying to comprehend everything that just happened. Chase, that fucker. To think I'd been fantasizing about him nonstop for the past goddamn week like a horny 14-year-old. That's your fault, Flynn. You have no one to blame but yourself. Like, really. Liking Chunter of all people. Terrible. Chunter's kind of cute. Personality-wise. I don't think he's, like, attractive. But, you know, there's something about the duplicitous nature of default Chase. Not possessed Chase, just regular Chase. That I've always kind of liked. He's fun, in a way. He sabotaged the whole thing, making me look like some kind of calculating, sadistic rapist. And nobody else noticed when his face changed. Every time. TJ and Jenna pass along beside me, both looking a mix of wary and exhausted. I wonder how much of this of his shit they believed. They're so gullible to bullshit coming from a whimpering face, after all. Carl follows suit, clutching his phone in his paws, but not looking at it. Maybe not all of them, though. I shut the car door and head inside. I enter, and the dry heat feels so good on my scales. I let out a big sigh, taking a moment to just not think for a while, and ignore the stares in my direction. Flynn? The moment lasts less than 5 seconds before Jenna interrupts.
Yeah.
Do you have a landline? We're trying to dial the sheriff, but none of us can get any reception on our phones. It shows bars every now and then, but then drops shortly after they appear.
Do I look like I'm 40? Nobody has landlines these days. You kinda do. I mean, from the back.
I resist the urge to say how, instead letting out a quick huff of air.
Let me check mine.
I reach out into my pocket. After taking out my phone, I notice the signal bars in the top right and fluctuating wildly, almost blinking. I try to call 911, and nothing else goes through.
Shit.
Not working for you either? I toss my phone onto the kitchen island.
I'll get my repeater.
You're what?
Flynn, seriously. Are you planning on turning this into some kind of Wild West shootout?
This is not the time for one of your urban-ass anti-gun lectures. This is my house!
Jenna starts to rebuttal, but I'm already gone. I head down the hall to the storage closet, opening it and reaching up to the top shelf. I don't have any small kids to worry about, so I always leave this one loaded. just in case. I hear some shuffling behind me. Looking over my shoulder, there's some movement going on in Daxton's room. Ordinarily, I give him and his private space a wide-ass so that he'll do the same, but under the circumstances... Bitch, you look like this? Like...
Yo.
The salamander blinks at me from his bed.
He's lying in bed.
He's draped in a striped blanket, sitting upright and looking a little frazzled.
Flynn? Huh?
He looks sidelong, then back to me, then to the rifle.
The interview went that badly?
I love that that's his reaction. Just be like, Flynn has a gun. Like, okay. Very nonchalant. I've always liked that about Daxton.
Fucking terrible. Also, there's a meth head with a gun roaming around town, so I got this just in case. The others are here too. They're all eating your shit, probably.
Okay. As long as they don't touch my astronaut dried ice cream, it's okay.
Too late. By now, Carl's eaten them all, plus the boxes they came in. You know how goats are.
Specious. Wait, seriously? The interview didn't go smooth like?
I wasn't fucking kidding when I said that.
Daxton frowns.
I'll talk to my cousin, maybe make up some excuse or something.
You look like shit.
What?
He blinks, then rubs his hand over a smooth face.
Oh, yeah, took a nap and had a real strange sort of vision dream. I've been having a lot of those lately.
I notice the pen and paper in his lap now, plus a notebook filled with rapid scribbling.
I need to write everything down, otherwise I'd forget.
You know how they are, where after 15 minutes it's all gone, but a vague sense of familiarity of setting and time of day.
I don't dream.
The salamander blinks.
What?
I look down the hall. I was joking earlier, but it looks like Carl is straight up digging into through the pantry already. Daxton sighs when he realizes I'm not going to explain.
Is Chase out there? I talked to him about all this stuff yesterday at the party.
What party?
The group. They had a cookout thing at Chase's place, and Carl invited me along. You didn't know?
Fucking figures. I feel a bit like I'm boiling inside, though I keep a straight face.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You care. You're like, oh, they all want to have a barbecue without me.
Also, the Musk shit isn't here.
Oh. Can I tell you about it?
Look, I don't...
Boiling inside? Oh, I mean, he'll get there.
It'll just take a minute.
Dex, I'm distracted as dicks right now.
You're distracted by Dick?
As.
Ass?
Are you fucking deaf?
No, you're just confusing. Look, I was flying on this airship thing.
In your dream?
Yeah, but it felt real. I don't feel like I slept at all. It's like I was there. Not a dream.
Not a dream.
A vision, spirit quest, out of body experience.
He would really get along with Brian. You think? They can talk about their vision quests together. I lean my rifle against the doorway, crossing my arms over my chest.
I could smell the metal of the cockpit, and I could feel the leather of the chair. I was flying over this giant body of water. I don't think it was an ocean, though.
He stares at the tips of his webbed feet, poking out from under the blanket, as if they were reminding him of something.
It made me nervous because I wasn't good at swimming.
Really?
Okay. But I'm great at swimming, as I thought. I am a goddamn salamander, specious. Something went wrong with the pulse drive, and I started losing altitude. Eventually, I hit the water and had to evacuate. Everything just sunk instantly. I don't have time to grab any gear. It was just me in the middle of the water, no land in sight, and little chance of rescue. The salamander begins to wring his own wrists. His tone of voice serious despite the absurdity of all this shit. All I know how to do was doggy paddle. I remember being real scared and missing home. I tried slipping off all my clothes to make myself more buoyant, but it didn't work. I kept looking under the water for some reason. Like, to see how deep it was.
God, I wouldn't.
I couldn't see the bottom. It was so dark. The top of the water was warm, and even like 5 feet down, it was freezing. I kept trying to pull my legs up because I didn't like being down in the cold, dark space. It was like I was afraid something was down there. Even though it hurt my eyes, I wouldn't stop pushing my head under to look, to be sure it was safe. He peers up at me now, a strange sort of expression on his face I can't really name. Just as it was getting dark, I glanced down into the depths and saw orange and black. It was you. I crossed my arms just a little tighter, my frown deepening. You were so far down, I could just barely make out your general shape, and your eyes. They were hollow, empty, nothing. Even though I forgot most of the other details, that face stuck with me. I unconsciously rub at my own eyes. Still there, as far as I can see, for now. I was terrified, but there was nowhere I could swim. I was afraid if I started kicking, it would get the thing's attention. Despite everything, after a few minutes, I look again. At first, it was just empty. And then, this huge head just emerged from the depths. No eyes and a gaping mouth where a muzzle should be. The whole water got cold and I woke up. Daxton kneads at the blanket, looking a mix of deeply uncomfortable and relieved. I did not have troubles. You all cannot prove a thing. Relieved to get this off his chest. Still, I stare blankly at him. I don't have a fucking clue how to react to this.
This sounds like something for a head shrink to unpack. 'Cause fuck knows, I'm not gonna try.
It's called foreshadowing, Flynn. And Daxton leans his head back against the wall.
Thanks anyway.
Yep.
Josh is hitting his reading limit. Look. It's fine. It's fine. I am surprised the soda did not just spill everywhere when I took a drink. For some reason, I'm holding the can, like, sideways. Like, not sideways, but, like, it's... Not, like, the whole can sideways, but, like, it's turned. So, like, the mouth of the can is now, like, off to the right, rather than facing me. It's fine. It's very fine. Just gonna set that down. We'll get back to you later. I look down the hall again and see Carl chewing on what looks to like a dehydrated Neapolitan bar.
Carl's eating your shitty ice cream that you like for real. By the way.
What? Oh, god damn it. Carl!
The ram stops, his mouth full of crumpled stuff.
What?
Nexon peels off his blanket, marching up to the kitchen and in a huff. I sigh, shaking my head some as I pick up the rifle and plop myself by a window in the dining room. TJ looks most surprised by the weapon in my grasp, the lynx actually stepping back. Jenna puts her phone down, and Carl stops his apologizing to Daxton. At that moment, Leo steps out of the bathroom. He doesn't move, he just looks at the rifle, then to me. Oh, what the hell. These idiots act like they've never seen a gun before. I mean, Leo has a Glock, not a rifle. You know, it's different. A rifle is more dangerous. It's more powerful.
For fuck's sake.
I bring the rifle up to my chest.
Y'all don't gotta worry. I don't have this, to shoot you, all for treating me like shit all these years.
It goes boom, it's the same. It's really not, Michael. At least from what I understand. I've never used a gun before. You all would trust me with a gun, right? Yeah. I smirk, snickering some. No one else laughs. Even as I peer to Carl, he just looks down at his hooves.
It was a fucking joke. I'm joking. You guys are so stupid.
Way to go, Flynn. I turn, shifting a focus on to the outside. It's nearly nightfall now. Everything looks normal. There's some smoke way off in the distance, but it's too far to really be of much concern.
Just got off the phone with Chase. He's fine.
What? What? You managed to get a call through? Let me see. As she walks up to the wolf, and before he has time to react, she swipes it from his grasp. The fox squints at it for a good 5 seconds before handing it back to Leo. This phone is out of battery, Leo. Ah, yes. Good, good. Good, good. I love that. We love to see that. I mean, I can't. This Leo. He's good. He's good. All Leos are good.
No.
Yes. She sighs. TJ and Carl exchange looks with each other. None of you are making very funny jokes this evening. Let's just make some dinner instead.
We're not going to talk about what happened?
I'm serious. I'm sorry. Right now, I just want to eat. There's a lot here to unpack, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, but we can do better than what happened earlier. I find myself actually surprised. I never would have figured I'd hear those words from Jenna, especially with TJ around. There's a reason Mr. Shadow showed up, thanks, Leo, right? It's good. Okay, it's real good. It's real good, guys. Leo, meanwhile, just looks confused. He's frowning to himself, looking around as if lost. Then, all of a sudden, he blinks once and smiles.
Food sounds great.
You probably need some food in ya. You need to relax, Leo. For a brief moment, his smile shifts to me, and his eyes go ice cold like a fucking shark. What the hell is his problem? I'm the goddamn victim here. Yeah, but no one knows that you're the victim, Flynn. And you don't play the victim very well. Let's get that out in the open, you know. Like you look at the best person in the cast that's really good at playing the victim, TJ here, right? You need to learn from the master over here, right? Not that I'd ever put it like that.
I haven't exactly grocery shopped to host a party of.
Daxton stops, starting to count all of us.
6?
The salamander opens the fridge, staring into it, as if looking into a particularly deep canyon.
We got leftover salad, some fruit, cream cheese.
There's frozen bass in the fridge.
I glance over, and a few of them grimace. Of course.
And we got a blender. We can make some smoothies with the,
What is this? What is this word? Kefir? What's a kefir? Guys, what's a kefir?
Yogurt, milk, and fruit. Maybe a side salad with it? I mean, I'm assuming y'all have been just quaffing down the local diner junk all week, so it might be nice.
Is fermented milk drink similar to a thin yogurt? I see. It's the thick milk. I see. Huh. I mean, I don't use that. You know, I don't really buy milk either. I feel like I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I don't really I don't use milk. Like, I don't drink milk, right? So instead of getting milk, I actually get light cream, because I'm like, when I use cream, like I like want it. I like the taste of it. I like the taste of cream. I don't use it a lot. So like when I grab a carton, I don't get it like every time I do groceries. It's like, oh, I'll get like a carton like every month or two. And like I'll, go through it. And it's like I just kind of like anything I would typically use, like a person would use milk for, I use like light cream for. It's good. It's real fun to eat cereal with cream instead of milk. I don't know. Oh, and hello, Tosh. Toch? Yes, let's go with that. Carl, TJ, and Jenna exchange looks with each other. Leo, meanwhile, looks to be tapping at his phone, occasionally looking out the window. Why do you use cream on cereal? Because it's good? Tastes good? The consistency's a little different, but like, like you can use light cream in the same way you use milk. Like, it doesn't matter. And it has like a richer taste to it. So I kind of like that. It's fine. That'll work. Thank you, Daxton. And apologies for all this.
I didn't say it was fine. Some of that's my shit.
Daxton gives me a dull look. Without a further word, he takes out the big bowl of leftover salad and sets it on the counter, along with a grocery bag of fruit. I feel my teeth start to grit as I shift my focus outside again. Still no sign of life beyond the usual distant spots of light, each coming and going down the highway around the canyon. The smoke I noticed earlier rising up near the res looks like it's billowing higher, though. Despite everything, it's actually sort of nice out. The temperature's okay, with some light cloud cover that only particularly veils the purple-orange hues of the dusty sky. It's the sort of night I'd usually like to spend outside on the porch, drinking tea and whittling on some balsa. That's wood, right? He means like wood carving, right? Am I insane? Is that right? What am I doing with my hands? What am I doing with these? Wait a minute. Huh. Okay. Daxton's usually quiet, cooped up in his room with his fantasy shit. I don't know how I feel about the music he usually has playing, but it's not bad. To think. Have a flossy-tastic time. Alright, Ian. I'll see you around. what is basically a type of boat? Boat? Whittling a boat? Excuse me? Okay. To think 30 miles away, Peyton's bustling with 100,000 people all enjoying their Saturday night. Hell, back in the day, it used to be a tiny ranching community that served Echo, kept everyone fed and such. 30 miles and in the other direction, you've got the res. Population keeps dwindling from that place too, no matter how much money the feds give them to live there. All the young folk just pack up and get out while they can. The rest generally don't do too hot. Finally, 65 miles to the east, you've got the Jericho Proving Grounds. I remember back when I was a tweeny little jarhead, fussing to my uncle to take me there. They only did tours twice a year, and there's a huge wait list. I had expected there to be a giant hole in the ground the size of Echo Canyon, but there was pretty much nothing. Dust and sediment had filled it all over the span of 75 years. Dry grass and shrubs had even sprouted on top. All that was left was just a torn up hunk of tree, a 3-ton cylinder that burned so hot the metal liquefied and pooled beneath it. You could walk through the site and had no idea there's where a fucking A-bomb was dropped. Well, if it weren't for a big black obelisk, that's what that says, they erected up top, which now is just another spot for visitors to take photos of themselves. A man must have forgot the past, for the past will not forget, it reads. It reminds me of that whole push from the county to make the mine some fucking tourist spot. That sounds great. I would have loved that. Imagine going to this mine as a cute little tourist attraction. We could have a cute little, oh god, you know this might be a poll. This might actually be a poll. I don't know if anyone else has played this video game. But if anyone else is familiar with, like, Silent Hill Downpour, how the mines next to Silent Hill is actually a level in that game, and there's a cute little, like, minecart ride, and you can, like, read about it in the brochure, that, like, where they talk about how, oh, it's a little kids ride for, like, the kids to go through the mine, and because it's now a tourist attraction after it closed, because they don't actually use the mine anymore, and you can read about the gruesome time that it, like, broke and killed a bunch of people. Yeah, it's good. I like that. I like that section of the game, actually. Poll time? No. I don't own Silent Hill Downpour anymore. I gave it to a friend years ago, and I let him have it, because I'm like, oh, I'll probably never play this again. I kind of regret that, because it would be kind of fun to have, like, stream that, but it is what it is. I can probably find a copy for fairly cheap, I assume. It reminds me of the whole the tourist attraction. Just to slap a plaque up there with a little blurb all about all the death and shit. It'll make a great selfie spot.
See, das. You're here pretty late, though.
You missed all the fun story time, right? All of the fun things. Everyone thinks of me as a psychopath. It's fine. Traffic is traffic, right? Hell, call it haunted, and you'll get even more weirdos coming here to exploit it. Like Chase. That's so rude. As I hear the background noise of muffled conversation and Daxton trying to figure out how my blender works, the present sinks in. Oh man, actually serious, after this stream ends, you should totally go back and watch parts of it. If you've only watched if you haven't played through this route yourself, and if you only watched the playthrough that Darian and I did, I do the other route for this route. So there's a bunch of, like, different scenes. It's kind of fun. Since there are technically 2 routes for, like, Flynn's, it's just not a good ending, bad ending type deal. It just, like, changes a bunch of core scenes. It's neat. I like it a lot. I wonder if he's gonna figure out a way before I can get to him. That's what that says. What's the other route? So the route split is actually whether or not you talk to Daxton or Leo. And if you, because Chase doesn't console Leo, different things happen. It's, you know. You get a couple different scenes, and certain characters act completely different. It's neat. I wonder if he's gonna figure out a way to, before I can get to him. He does it. He do it. I look over, and Daxton is putting a whole fucking apple into the blender.
Son of a bitch! What are you doing?
Daxton looks up, struggling to keep the lid on, as the apple smashes against the sides of the plastic container.
Cut the thing up first. It's not gonna take the whole apple.
The salamander still looks a bit dazed. I guess he's still reeling from his dream or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Don't just me. Do it, you fucking slippery bitch, before you break my shit.
Flynn. Jen is glaring at me from the living room.
It's my shit. It's my house.
Jesus, man. I'm stopping. And he pulls out the lacerated apple, setting it on the paper towel before grumbling. Gosh darn Asperger's and French fries, I swear. I clench my rifle harder as I hear that old A word again. Turning, I make my way down the hall.
There's a window in my bedroom. I'm gonna watch.
No one else says anything, at least while I'm still in earshot. I kick aside my hamper and pull open the curtains to peer outside. The view is not as good here, but I don't think I could stand being in there too much longer. I tense, feeling the brush of fur on my arm. And Carl standing next to me, some freeze-dried ice cream in his grasp. Jesus, when did he get so quiet? He doesn't say anything, which puts me in an awkward position of being the one to speak.
Fat ass.
I mumble. Carl holds up the ice cream, which has a weird wafer-like consistency.
I told Daxton I'd give him a bunch of hen's cartons I got back at my house. Your folks won't mind. They won't notice. I could just say I ate it myself. Yeah, they wouldn't doubt that.
There's a light smile on his muzzle now.
Right.
I blink.
You're okay? Not really. All this stuff got my mind off the interview, though. I just kinda want to go home and play video games without getting shot.
There's a silent there's a silent pause.
Chase. What he said wasn't true. Oh, I know.
I let out a sharp exhale, closing my eyes for a second. I let the tips of my repeater rest against the floor.
Thank you, though. For what? Defending me back at the office.
The ram shakes his head dismissively.
I don't think you'll see most of them besides Leo again after tomorrow, though. Like you said, none of this matters. The truth does. I guess your spring break hookup with Chase isn't gonna be a long-term thing then, right?
I wasn't really expecting that to be brought up. Who told him? Or was it that fucking obvious? Both? He pulls out his phone, seeming to check to see whether my Wi-Fi is working or yet. I grunt, clearing my throat.
I just wanna know what happened. Dude, if I was Chase, I'd just get in my car and drive back to Pueblo at this point. I don't think he's gonna do that. Why? I locked his ass in the reading room.
Carl's eyes widen, the ram reacting much quiet. Quicker. Yes, quicker. Yes. Ian's not here. It's fine. No one's gonna notice. Then normal without his usual pot haze.
So, that's where you went. I think that's a crime, man. So is murder.
Only if you get caught.
Dude! This is Chase you're talking about.
Michael. I'll delete it.
Yeah.
I look awkward, appearing at the sorry state my room is at the moment. I usually keep shit tidy, but now there's dirty laundry. You've never deleted a post? I've deleted posts before. It happens. Usually it's for cleanup. But now there's dirty laundry all over the place, and everything kind of smells musky. Nowhere near as bad as Carl's, but still.
I'm just gonna talk to him. No torture or anything, right? Fucking hell, Carl. Do you think I'd do that? I'm not Leo.
Rude.
I was joking!
He rolls his shoulders.
It feels kind of like when we were kids again with all this stuff. Yeah, it's
I trail off, like my mouth is refusing to speak the words in my head. He sets his not icy ice cream down on my nightstand, and I resist the urge to yell at him about the crumbs. Meanwhile, Daxton starts the blender up again in the other room.
Man.
I think I can hear Carl sigh.
Do you want to, like, hug or something?
I look down at him, raising an eyebrow.
Do you?
He shrugs, seeming a mixture of numb and trepidation.
I just don't want you to leave, dude. Not like everyone else.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. This is the wrong route to be saying that. It takes me a moment to register the shift in conversation. After everything that's happened, that's what bothers him the most. The fact that I said I might leave town.
Man, we talked about this shit early. I know, dude.
Carl rubs at his jaw and face with the base of his paws, pacing upon the carpeted floor.
It sucks, man. That's all. Not in a good way, either.
I fidget with my rifle, acting like I'm doing something with it while I think about what to say.
You'd be alright. I don't know, you seem to be friendling up with Dax. He's even plays video games and does all of that nerd shit you like to do, that I don't. You game sometimes. Yeah, only because you do. I guess. That's the point, isn't it?
He scratches at his beanie a bit of his head's fur, peeking out from the horn holes. Do you think they play Fortnite? Do you think that they occasionally, Carl's like,
hey, we'll play Fortnite, Flynn. We can play Fortnite. Well, you can do your emotes. Look, you can play as Naruto. Oh, damn, they got Goku.
I say nothing, just watching him go back and forth. I wish he wasn't so nervous. I wish he'd just say it.
He's cool. And you're not all anxious around him. I still kinda am. You were talking about porn and shit with him within an hour of your first conversation. That's how you can tell you made a good friend.
I put on a smirk.
If that were the case, you'd be the most popular guy in the county. Oh, fuck off, bleeder.
I smirk regardless. With a shift of my hips, I nudge him with my tail.
Stop your treading. You're wearing out the carpet. Sorry.
He stops, looking down at the hooves for a moment, then back up to me.
If I stay put, I'd probably start sticking to it. Fuck you.
I smile, though I try to stifle it. I always thought us lizard folk look fucking creepy when we smile. We don't really have the same cutesy appeal like most furry fuckers. Like, wait to reconnect? Successfully reconnected? Okay. What about you, YouTube? Are you gonna catch up? There we go. Reconnected on YouTube as well. There we go. Yeah.
This is gonna sound real gay, dude. But promise you won't leave, dude.
The seriousness of the request makes me pause. I look into his eyes and I feel like a selfish asshole. Carl's not fucking ready for this world. He's just gonna rot here. But I never really felt right filling the whole big brother role again after what happened. Carl shifts his weight from hoof to hoof, noting my lack of response.
I know I'm like a total burden, but you're not a fucking burden.
I mean...
Huh? You keep me from losing my mind in this shithole. You know that. You're the reason I haven't left already.
Carl stops shifting, seeming to be trying to wrap his head around that admission. He opens his muzzle as he speaks, but I cut him off.
And don't fucking go off again about how you're almost 21 and you should be better on your own. Turning into an adult doesn't magically fix all of the shit that fucked you up as a kid. Dude, you're not...
He thins his lips, the ram looking rather awkward.
I'll stay. Forever. For now. For real? That's what I just fucking said. You absolute dumbass.
The next thing I know, Carl's fist is against my soft spot. I flinch back, irking instinctively, but there's no pain, only that same usual tingling feeling. He's not punching me, he's poking me. The corner of Carl's lips curls up in a sort of half-smile. He nudges me again, this time in the shoulder. I raise an inquisitive brow, thumping him back. He steps forward, wrapping his arm around my torso. I'm left standing, a little baffled at what just happened, with Carl's thick arms around my midsection. His fur is coarse, not quite to the point that it's prickling me, but it has its weight to it. I look down at the top of the beanie's beanie noggin, and it really is just like when we were kids again. A real damn milksop. Milksop? I don't know what that means. There's no, back pats with the hug. He lingers. I open my mouth to say something stupid, but I just bite my tongue. I don't draw back either. Closing my eyes, I empty my mind and just stop thinking for a moment. I lean forward, resting my chin between his horns. I get the weird sort of twisted feeling in my chest. Carl shifts again, as if trying to look up. And, of course, the edge of his hoof steps right on top of my toes.
Fuck!
I suppress a grimace just as the ram lifts his head up enough to meet me eye to eye.
Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. I'm tough.
Hey. Jenna's voice startles us both, and we pull apart. I pivot on heel to see the fox staring at us with a look I can't quite place. Surprised, bemused, even a bit wry. Food's ready. She looks at both of us. Carl acts like he's checking his phone. High school me would be squeeing right now. I swear, there's something in the tap water. I open my mouth to protest, then just let a quiet ugh. I have to will my tail not to curl in on itself. Then again, I'm pretty sure you don't drink plain water. She sees, she seems to look up at Carl. I can practically see Carl's blush through the fur on his cheeks. Flynn, when you got a minute.
What?
I clear my throat, putting on a more neutral expression.
What do you want?
I need to talk to you. Not about this. Her eyes flick back and forth between us. And she's drinking in the sight like Carl Downs energy drinks. What the hell does she want to talk to me alone about? I glance down to Carl, then back.
Yeah, I'm still gonna keep watch after, though.
Is that what you were doing? Wow. She turns, departing as soon as she finishes speaking, not letting me get a word out. Fucking typical. I rub my hand over my face.
It was just a hug.
Carl's voice is quiet, but still ringing defensively.
Fucker. I'm glad you're staying, dude.
I grunt, reaching over and squeezing the pudge of the ram's side. He grins instinctively, trying to push my hand away. I give his pectoral one last pinch before giving him a nudge at the, nudge out the door to my room. I guess I'm surprised to feel embarrassed right now, but I don't really. I'm just glad to have this loser around. Daxton will be good for Carl if I do go, but I don't want to think about that now. As I turn to leave, I look at my bed and can't help but see him lying there. That vacant look in his eyes, my cum still splattered on his neck. Fucker was playing me the whole time, and for what? To get off? And that's all it was. It's spring break, and he was for some reason watched enough scaly porn to want me. Consequence free, right? The sound of a clicking silverware in the kitchen pulls me back to the present. I straighten out my pants, waiting for my cock to fully retreat before heading back to the kitchen with my rifle. It just looks silly. It just looks silly. Everyone here like this. You can barely see Carl. He's you know. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, what? Oh, whoops. There we go. We are going to save, though. We are going to save and click back to the title. That's what we're going to do. Reminds me of who? Hoosiers? Never heard of them. Orlando, like the Disney? Going to Orlando, Florida? You know, gonna go to the Disney World. You better go to Epcot. How dare you? Hello, Chase. How are you gonna read Syndicate, lol? Well, we got Roswell. Yeah, we got Roswell. You know, he's gonna be our boy for that game, you know? Roswell and Sal. Yeah, it's the Roswell and Sal game, right? Right. And we got Hoyt. Hoyt is gonna be in that game. Everyone loves Hoyt. We don't have options. We got options. We got options. We got plenty of options. It's fine. It's fine. People like Orlando too. I love going to visit Orlando. Like that's such a fun place to go to, you know? You go to Disney Springs, right? That's a cool place to go, and you got you know, you have we pretend that we like Universal Studios, right? We pretend, not really. We don't go there. Not at all. No. Nope. No. 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 That theme park kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. it's kind of Disney or bust, right? And you go to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and then you just ignore Animal Kingdom. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you go to Hollywood Studios. But other than that, it's like, yeah, you go to Epcot and you go to Magic Kingdom, and you're good. You're good. It's a fun time. A lot of things to do. You go to Magic Kingdom, you walk past Main Street USA, right? You just completely walk past that. You get to you go to the middle section, and you turn immediately right, and you go straight to the People Mover. And you stay there for the rest of your time at the park. Unsubscribe. Chase, you can't even be upset. I've literally drawn that character more times than I've drawn, like, Sal. I've drawn Sal, like, twice. And one of them is, like, the dabbing picture. That's not even, like, a real drawing. So it is what it is, you know. It is, you know. It's all good. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. This was a fun time. I love these 2 days in Flynn's route. They're like my favorite parts of the game. But yeah, I hope you all have like a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you around.